Hi guys, my name's Clement of Joe. Welcome back to a Minecraft YouTube live stream. Slightly earlier stream, albeit very early stream. Yeah, I started the stream earlier today, just because I could. So, hello, welcome to the stream. I expect no one's going to join the stream this early, because half my viewers come from the United States of America. Most of my viewers come from the United States of America, so... Oh, hello, Polo, the best Astrobot player, welcome. Hello, Rare Waffles, welcome to the stream. Right. Welcome, everybody. Right, let's just quickly kill those mobs. We're going to think of something to do. I've got an idea for something I want to do. So, right... Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. I'll be honest, guys, I literally just woken up about 15 minutes ago. These two zombies are looking for the villagers in there. At least he's safe. We tamed a villager last week. What time is it? It's 11:08, so it's 8 minutes past 11 in the morning. So I started streaming slightly earlier today. There's an iron golem in here, guys, so we can nudge him. This is the iron golem farm, so give him a slight nudge. Watch him drop. Poop. He drops, and he gives us iron. And he gave us 5 iron, that's nice. So, what was I coming across here for? My time is 1:10 PM. Yeah, so you're about an hour, 2 hours ahead of me. Yeah, that is 2 hours, isn't it? Yeah, it's 2 hours. Sorry, I had to think then. We're gonna dump all this. I've got a really interesting idea. Are you gonna update to the latest version of Minecraft? Well, I'm gonna do it eventually, but I love this version so much. What are these crowns? Basically, YouTube have added a new feature. YouTube have added a new feature where basically if you comment, it's about who's top fans. So at the moment, your class is the top fan because you've commented the most. And then Polo, the best Astrobot player, is just behind. Yeah, to answer your question, Polo, I will do it eventually, move to Bedrock, but 100% at the moment I still love playing this version, and there's stuff in Bedrock that I want them to change. Hello Joe, how are you? Bit early today. Will it be a long stream? It'll be a longish stream, but I'm not gonna stream. I saw your shorts. Oh, my little Minecraft short about the Discord server. Yeah. Yes, Omnivale, I did start the stream early because I woke up, realised it was quiet, and I thought, alright, I'll start a YouTube stream, why not? But in terms of how long the stream is, it might be short, it might be long, I have no idea, because it's very warm today. Do you play COD or Free Fire? I've heard of COD, never played it. I've never heard of Free Fire, I'm afraid. I gotta be honest, guys, I hardly play video games that much anymore. I play Minecraft, I play a bit of FIFA, I play the old Lego games when I get a chance. But when I look at video games now, a lot of video games now, nothing excites me anymore. when I see a video game, nothing excites me because it's always something I've seen. Really, you don't know Free Fire? Yeah, I've never heard of it. Which that probably makes me look like an idiot, but I know where we are. Alright, I know where we are now. I know exactly where we are because the castle's right there. But yeah, it might be that I hardly play Minecraft video games. Oh, it's an Arabian version of Call. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I'm playing Nintendo Switch. Basically, this version of Minecraft came out and was out for 13 months before they discontinued it. So it's just lucky that I bought this version before it was discontinued. And it happened to be as well that this version never got a physical release. And because never got that physical, and because this hat never got a physical release, it's incredibly rare, which is why I still film on it, because I'm like, it's a very rare version. Why are we doing that when it's quicker this route? I watched a video of FGT last night. It gave me so much nostalgia. Yeah. I love this version. So when I look back now at this version, I'm always mesmerized by the fact that, you know, how old this world is. So to put it out there, guys, this Minecraft world is going to be. This Minecraft world will be 9 years old in 9 days. Like, I doubt any of you. I doubt any of you. Well, I doubt any of you. Well, I think most of you would have been like really young when I created this world. Well, I doubt any of you were old. I doubt any of you were older than I was when I created this world. I created this world when I was 14. And the world's 9 years old next month. How old? Honestly, guys, how old was everyone nine years ago when I created this world? I was 11. Yeah, so you're 3 years younger than me, yeah. Well, actually, saying that, I was technically 13 because I created the world in August, but I wasn't 14 till the December. Ooh. Hello, Pluto the Third Sensor. Did you answer my question yet about what console do I have? Yeah, I said Nintendo Switch. We're gonna take anything from here? We don't need those 4 arrows. No. So. Ooh, itchy nose. Yeah, Nintendo Switch. I only have a PS5. Yeah. Nintendo Switch, I love, guys. I love Nintendo Switch because Nintendo Switch is a good console. And when you were a kid, you hated school, but now I want to go back. That's an interesting one. Well, That's an interesting one. I wouldn't want to go back because I wouldn't want to go back because it's not that I hated school. It's not that I hated school. I hated the people in it. Who here has been bullied? Who here has been bullied? Me, many times. Yeah. Is it for a specific thing? For example, like, you know, being short, being skinny, things like that. Because that's what I had. I was bullied for things like that. I'm lucky I've never been bullied. Yeah, that's a good thing to have though. I gotta be honest, I had it all the time. I had bullying all the time for. Hello Joe, how are you? Hello Skatepunk, welcome to the stream. I'm really good. How are you? Good morning from Texas. Good morning from the UK, because it is currently 11 in the morning. I can't imagine what time it is in Texas, because it's 11 in the morning for me. I am miserable, but say. Out of curiosity, is there a reason why you're miserable? Here it's 5:18 a.m. Where was I at 5 a.m? I gotta be honest, absolutely dead asleep, because literally I only got out of bed literally 20 minutes ago. Well, more than 20 minutes ago actually, guys. I gotta admit, more than 20 minutes ago, because the stream's been on 12 minutes. About 25 minutes ago. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of health problems since COVID. Yeah, I've seen people do that though as well. I have seen that where people have picked up health conditions after COVID. I used to be healthy just 1 year ago before COVID. Yeah, that has happened to people. Like, I've met people that have had that, where I have met people that have had that problem where they've been ill. I'm so sad about it. Yeah. But the only thing you can do on that regard is just, you know, make do. I'm only 28. I got sick when I was 27. Yeah. I was really ill last year to the point that I lost. You don't use. I know you. I know you guys don't use the stone measurement stone in the United States, but I'll explain what it is. I was really ill last year. I had gastritis, which is a vomit and sick bug, which is a vomit and sick virus. I had it for a couple of days. I lost my voice for a week. I couldn't stop being sick and I couldn't stop shitting and vomiting for nearly a week, nearly 4 days, to the point that I lost 2 stone in 4 days. So to show you guys what 4 stone is, 2 stone is. I know America do it in pounds. So 14 pounds is the equivalent of 1 stone. Dentists I was talking to blame the British diet and how the French introduced a lot of bad food for them. I'm part French. It's like he was talking crap about my heritage. Yeah, but wow, I'm gonna dispute that, to be honest. No, it's actually the British having bad teeth is because of tea. Tea leaves a stain. It is true. It is true. It is true. It's not the British have bad teeth. British have yellow teeth because tea would leave a stain on the teeth. Fortunately, I fight it back, but that's good. You have any? It means you have enemies. But the one thing you can say to that though about being bullied is it means you stood for something. You stood against someone. Yeah. Coffee does the same thing. So yeah, but I'm gonna dispute the thing about British diet. I have haters too. Yeah, I'm gonna dispute the thing about British diet. British food is the most. British food. The food hygiene in the UK is the toughest in the world. There's American food corporations have to change their meals, have to change their recipes. Did you see my comments? The thing about Egyptian schools is that the kids are kind, but teachers are horrible. You see that everywhere, though. You see that everywhere. Sometimes in the UK, you have kids that are nice, but then you just have the odd one that thinks they're better than everyone else. But some teachers are horrible, though, as well. I once had a teacher tell me that I won't amount to anything, which, if you guys want to know what that means, it means that basically you're not going to go anywhere in life. Which, that's tight. You can't tell an 11-year-old kid that. Can't hit him. Yeah, I did see your comment. So many haters. People don't like how I am. I'm the same. I had I got bullied in school a lot because I used to think I was short. Honestly, I used to think I got bullied a lot because I got bullied a lot for a range of factors. Being skinny and short was one of them. And basically, people used to mock me for being short all the time. Like people used to walk up to me and call me a midget. Hello, Lakes, welcome to the stream. Yeah, people used to walk up to me generally and call me a midget when I'm not. The term a midget is if you're under. The term a midget, I think, is if you're under 5 foot. I think that's what I'm. But yeah, people used to come up and call me that, and the thing is, it's wrong and mean, yeah. If someone said, "What's your name?" and you said Joe, and they said Joe Mama, I wouldn't care because Joe Mama's a new one. Like my lecturer used to call me that. That's my lecturer's nickname for me. He used to call me Joe Mama. You wondering what type of games like under 4 foot? Yeah. So for example, I used to think 5'9" was short. I used to think 5'9" was short because people used to always call me short. Honestly, I used to think 5'9" was short, and I happened to on this particular day, I happened to be in. Hello, Oakley, welcome to stream. Yeah, so on this particular day in school, people used to keep calling me. People always used to call me short. So, honestly, itchy nose, I generally believed 5'9" was short, and then somebody said to me it wasn't. I don't know, like 3 years ago. And I found out, no, it isn't. But it just happened to be, people called me short when I was in school because we had that many people. What was I going to say? We had in my school year when I was in school was ridiculously tall. I was the second shortest boy. I want to play with you, but I don't have Minecraft. Yeah. What was I going to say, guys? Yeah, so this person, I got called short a lot, and then I found out that 5'9" is taller than I just died. Yeah, I always thought I was short because obviously people called me short, but I was like, afterwards I was sat there. I was like, I found out that 5'9" was taller than a certain amount of the population. I'm like, oh. Hello, is meaning smile. Hello, Emu. Welcome to the stream. What I'm gonna quickly do is run back because I need to go and grab my stuff. But yeah, so I think it's like taller than 45. I think it's taller than 50% of the population or something like that. Pretty warm weather. Hello, Red X. Yeah, well, I'm just deficit bro right now. I'm really hard to keep on keeping on. Guess I have to deal with it, but I don't want to live in pain already. All of us, 28, all of a sudden. Yeah. The thing is, though, is wow, you've got to find a new normal. You've got to find a new normal. Just because you're... I mean, today, it is... Yes, it is really warm. It is really warm. Do you like Legacy Edition more than Bedrock and Java? I do. Yeah, very much. Yeah, how are you, RedX 101? How are you? I need to dip this way because I died in the minigame area. So I need to go and grab my stuff. I play these types of games like Astrobot. I've heard of Astrobot. I'm warm. Yeah, so am I. And it's only 11 in the morning. It's only 11:30 in the morning. And I'm already sweating. But for the most part, guys, I could sweat a load of fat off today. I could actually lose weight. What do you guys think? You know, I game on a desk with an office chair. I'm thinking about getting more of a couch for a more kickback experience to ease my back pain. That could be it. It could be the chair. Because I'll be honest, Skate Punk, I get back pain. I get back pain, and it's because when I'm editing YouTube videos and stuff, I'm constantly sat in a chair, but the chair doesn't rock, so I'm sat up. My back's not even on the back of the chair. But back pain you can fix. Luckily, back pain is something you can fix. Like, even if I want to watch a film, I don't have a way to relax while watching it, you know. Yeah. What did I watch? What's the last film I watched? The last film I watched, guys, was Greta Gerwig's Little Woman. Which I watched that last night. Just because I saw it was on Amazon. I gave it a watch. Not too bad. Only thing with that, though, is do you know when I asked before about how old your world is? Do you know? Yes, I do know. I mentioned it earlier on. It will be 9 years old in 9 days. On the 22nd of August, it will be 9 years since I created this world. So I created this world in 2006, August 2016. I think my stuff might have just spawned by the time I got back here. No, it hasn't. So I created this world. So when I created this world, I was a... Shit, we've lost the headfoot. We've lost the... So, as I've used to describe it before, when I created this world, I was a short and skinny 14-year-old. I was a short, skinny 14-year-old when I created this world. I have to go because my sister wants me, and I will go to the gym also. Cool. Good luck. I've never been to the gym, guys. I will admit. That's something I've never done. Honestly, my friends told me that a couple of times that I should go to the gym. I'm like, do I need to? But ooh. Oh, I was gonna answer a question. What is the temperature in Britain? It's currently, I don't know, so let me look. It's currently 24 degrees. It's currently 24 degrees, but it is oh, emu. Yeah, it would be emu. It would be emu because of the Australian bird's called emu, and that's EMU as well. Emu. Yeah. Cool. Thank you for the pronunciation. I hate getting people's names wrong on streams. What was I going to say, guys? Hello, Niction Game. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Haven't seen you on the stream in a while. How are you? I was just going to quickly look at that comments. I think everyone does live in a bit of pain though, Skatepunk, if you're still in the stream. So I've had a injured ankle ever since I was 14. Hello Minion, welcome to the stream. Why is my name Ted Bundy? I've got a clip of that somewhere. I think that should be a soundboard thing. Why is my name Ted Bundy? Just random but funny. Why is my name Ted Bundy? I sincerely hope we didn't have any... Bro, what mods are you using? None. This is just old Minecraft. This isn't a mod. You can't even have mods on this version. Oh god, I got an itchy. I've got an itch. How are you, Minion? I've asked everybody else how well they are on this stream, so I feel rude not asking you. You are near the location of the 10 Bundy clip. Yeah, when you said that on that stream, I sincerely hoped that there wasn't anyone that lost a relative to Ted Bundy on the stream. Well, I wouldn't imagine there is I wouldn't imagine that there is anybody that would be watching a YouTube stream. I thought it was a mod. Yeah, it's not. It's old Legacy Console Edition. This was discontinued in 2019. Legacy Console Edition was discontinued in 2019 before Bedrock took over. I'm pretty good. How about yourself? I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm good, everybody. I'm good, everybody. It's normal. I'm fat. I'm fat. I'm still fat. I'm still a twat. So, yeah, everything's normal, guys. And if you don't get it, guys, I am joking. I'm eating breakfast. Yeah. I had, what was it the other day? I had someone comment that the other day. I made a fat joke about myself, and I had someone take offence the other day telling me that I shouldn't fat shame myself. I'm not fat shaming myself. I'm making a joke. I'm like, did you read my comments? I haven't seen it, I'm afraid. Not every comment pops up for me. To sort of to curtail that problem, I've got to have the stream open twice. I've got to have the stream open twice, watching the stream through the YouTube browser. It's giving me an advertisement because we're now monetized. It's giving me an advertisement about marketing, which is, you know, really cool. Can I see your comments? I was supposed to go mountain biking and ride the double blacks for the first time today, say, with one of my friends, but they damaged their rear shock on their bike, so they can't go now. Yeah. Did I see your comments? I've got to be honest, Polo. Your comment has not shown up. Let me have a look. Yeah, it hasn't. The last comment I've got from you is the video games you play. About 10 minutes ago. Honestly, I haven't got on my mountain bike. I haven't got on my mountain bike in yeah, it took me a while to build. We've left this here as well. Secretly, we've left this. I built it one block too far out the water, so I've put that ladder there and that boat so we can use. Bro, I wish YouTube would have a Y2. I mean, who here uses TikTok, guys? Who here uses TikTok? Oh, my nose. I mean, I do have a TikTok. I don't have a TikTok for this channel, but I do have a TikTok account for my film stuff. But I don't understand TikTok. I'll upload a video and I'll get like 10 views on it. I disagree. I disagree with that. I think YouTube's better than TikTok because I think TikTok is because I disagree with that because I think TikTok has too much crap on it. And I don't understand. Yeah, I haven't put those in yet. I haven't been able to get into that. I haven't been able to get into the end ship. We actually built the end ship over a year ago. Well, yeah, I put it in there. On this version, you can reset the end, so I just resetted the end, went back, killed the Ender Dragon to get that, and maybe we can do that in a minute. We've got the materials to do it. Might need some food in a minute, but yeah, and YouTube has too much crap on it. Yeah, but you got to think though, YouTube's older. You got to think though, YouTube's older. YouTube has been around for 20 years, so over billions of videos will have been uploaded in 20 years. Whereas people on TikTok, they upload like 3 or 4 videos a day. When I finish building the base, I will record a video. Yeah, but the only problem I have with TikTok is I don't understand it. YouTube, you can understand the YouTube algorithm and grow your channel. TikTok, there's no algorithm. Some of the shittest videos will take off, and then you're sat wondering why your video hasn't taken off. Honestly, I uploaded a video a while back trying to promote my book because I saw this video. Oh, promote your book on TikTok. It'll do really well. I'm like, alright, then I'll try that because I saw everyone else doing it. 1 view. Trying to promote my novel stuff on TikTok, and literally the last video I did got 13 views here and 400 on my YouTube channel. It's amazing. There we go. I'll put. You guys can all have a look at it. I'll put my my TikTok account in. But yeah, honestly, it's mainly for my. It is mainly for my. Watch the island start sinking into the sea. Oh, it's going to become Atlantis. Why did I forget what it was called then? No, that was just in the United States. That was just in the United States. TikTok got shut down in the United States, but it was not shut down anywhere else. That's just the United States. Because TikTok is owned by ByteDance, but most Chinese companies... China is a communist nation, so most companies are owned by the government. Most Chinese companies are owned in some degree by the government. So there was allegations that China were using TikTok to spy on Americans, which I think that's a bit far-fetched. But I wouldn't put it past China doing something like that. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past China doing something like that. But China is meant to be the new Vine, but I think Vine was a little bit more. I think Vine was better in a regard. YouTube is literally just brain rot. That's not because of YouTube though. That's because of the people uploading on it. But TikTok started that. I gotta be honest though, I'll be honest guys, TikTok started that by the 6-second videos, so people were just cramming loads of shit into 6 seconds. Brain rot started on TikTok, ported to YouTube, and who would Joe trust with a jump boost recipe for an earthquake? I have no idea. I'm just kidding. Yeah, yeah, TikTok started the brain rot. YouTube then now has it, but it's all got brain rot now. Most normal people don't look at brain rot. Well, have we got anyone here over the age of 15? Well, over the age of... Is there anyone here watching the streams over 15? It's not that they stole it. It's not that they stole it. That's, they didn't steal it. They used it. You can't steal... Using a vertical video format, you, TikTok stole it from Vine. You can't say YouTube stole it. What I'm saying is TikTok stole it from Vine. Instagram Reels was around there at the time. Basically, TikTok was taken off and YouTube was taking a hit. So YouTube come up with the best option. They created YouTube Shorts to challenge. If every business is struggling, they create something to try and challenge the company that's challenging them. So, yeah, YouTube created YouTube Shorts because... Bro, think he tough. I'm not tough. No, I'm just saying a point. That's generally why YouTube rolled out shorts, because they were because they realised that TikTok was absolutely changing the vertical market, so they needed to get in on the game. Which I don't think TikTok. I think TikTok and YouTube Shorts is the problem. One, nobody gets views anymore. So I'm shooting on a YouTube Shorts format right now. I'm shooting on a vertical format, and we've had what? We've had 70 people watch this stream. My other streams, if I streamed vertical, none of you guys would watch it anymore because it's not a quick short. As soon as YouTube Shorts came out, long form YouTube videos took a hit because attention spans dropped. I didn't know that. That's basically stealing. It's not stealing. You can't steal an open concept idea. It's not I work in the film industry. It's not, if you take an idea that somebody else has done, which they don't own, then it's not stealing. What does this guy think he is? I'm just saying you said it's stealing, and I'm just proving why it's not. You can't steal an idea that's not owned by the person. It's like, say that you were to come up with a film idea and never made it, and I had a similar idea. Is that stealing? If you come up with an idea for a film, never made it, and I come up with a similar idea, I'm not saying what's better. I'm saying my opinion that I believe YouTube's better, and YouTube's just taken me to an advertisement about some. I think we clicked a lot of ads on this stream, guys. On this short stream. Sorry. I didn't know how ads work. I didn't know how ads worked because this is the first time I've ever been monetized. So I don't know how ads work. The problem with YouTube, though, is YouTube had no competition for over a decade and then basically didn't change. Now that there's TikTok and now that there's Instagram Reels, they still got to... Lol, you still use... I don't get what that means. Ooh. So, sorry, my nose is a bit sore. So, what we're going to do then, guys, is we're going to go this way. Well, the whole idea was today we wanted to create a starter house, but then each way we go, we keep bumping into builds. Okay, let's just forget about that, sir. About this, sir. Alright. I don't get why you're getting so stressed. All I said, you said an opinion, and I challenged it. I still don't get how TikTok's better. I don't get how TikTok's better because you haven't given me a reason why it's better. Or you said as they stole vertical videos, which they didn't, because Vine had it before TikTok. I think there's another one that had it. I'm not entirely sure. Because, well, Vine is basically TikTok. TikTok is basically Vine. TikTok is basically Vine 2.0. That's what I mean to say. Although I prefer Instagram Reel. I prefer Instagram Reels because you don't know what you're going to find on Instagram Reels. Instagram Reels have no filter, guys, so you don't know what's going to appear on them. And some of them are quite funny. Some of the ones you see that are a bit risky, they are quite funny. Oh, my nose. My nose is blocked. Doesn't appear. Not every comment appears. Basically, if you... Some things are blocked by YouTube. I mean, YouTube Shorts has 6-year-olds on it. Yeah, but that's illegal, and that's not YouTube's fault. That is the parents of that 6-year-old. That is the parents of that 6-year-old not doing their job. YouTube shouldn't... YouTube... If you're younger than 13 years old, you shouldn't be watching YouTube, let alone uploading to it. If you're under 13 years old, you shouldn't be uploading to YouTube, let alone watching it. Well, I mean, what you shouldn't be. So that's the parents' problem. That's the parents' problem. If the parents aren't going to parent their kids, then so how old is everyone here a minute? How old is everyone here a minute? Have we got anyone that's under 13 here right now? Because I don't think so. You're 10. Yeah, you shouldn't be on YouTube at 10 years old. It's... Ouch, just smacked my hand on my laptop. Yeah, you shouldn't be on YouTube at 10 years old. That is, it's against YouTube's terms of services. Yeah, honestly, Imuatori, most people in these not most people in these streams, a lot of young children just ignore the terms of services now, but parents don't turn around and say no. Like the amount of... I had someone that was 7 years old on my stream the other week. Yeah, but you can't tell. You can't tell. You can't tell how old someone is. You can't tell how old someone is from their live stream name. So, look, we just done the test. I said, have we got anyone here under 13? And there's someone comments, I'm 10. But YouTube can't turn around and... That's why, as well, a lot of people fake their age on YouTube. Yeah, but you shouldn't be on YouTube at 10 years old. That is against the terms of services. And if you see because there are videos on YouTube that you shouldn't see, but you technically can't. You join YouTube because you have no choice. What? But there are things, honestly, there are things on YouTube that 10-year-olds shouldn't see, but older people can see. Like a video talking about a terrorist attack. Oh, sorry, my nose is blocked. There's videos on YouTube that 10-year-olds shouldn't see, like, you know, talking about mass shootings and things like that, which technically YouTube is for anybody 13 years and up. So there's things on YouTube that, you know, isn't for young kids, and, you know, young kids are watching it. That's where YouTube needs to turn around and do something about it. But they can't do anything about it because they also don't know. They don't know the ages of people. Hello, just some random person. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, it's an issue YouTube has. Honestly, everybody, I had someone join my stream the other week and say they've been watching 18-rated horror films since they were 8. I'm like, what? You shouldn't be watching an 18-rated horror film at 8. Like, that is... When they said that actually floored me. I was like, what? Guess what? What? There we go. I don't watch and play. Oh, for fuck's sake! Why would he die? Now we gotta get all the way down there again. Luckily I know a way. I do, even though I'm 10. Yeah, you shouldn't. If it says 18 rated on it, it means you don't play it until you're 18. And the reason is because they don't know. The reason they put that on there is because there's things in those video games and films. It's because YouTube, there's no... TikTok is more... TikTok, that's why you have YouTube Kids, but YouTube Kids shouldn't exist. They created YouTube Kids to stop kids watching YouTube, and what happened? It didn't work. They should never have created YouTube Kids. Kids watch weird stuff on TS. What's TS? Yeah, what was I going to say? Like, oh, I know now. The floating islands. What's that shadow is? Right. But yeah, I had someone on my stream the other day admitting to watching. Is it daytime or nighttime? No, it's 11:59 AM, so it's about to turn midday. It's about to turn midday for me. Because I built it. My nose is blocked because of my hay fever. Because I built the floating islands. I just built a random floating island in the sky because why not? If I build... Sometimes I just build stuff. Sometimes I just build stuff because I want to. To be honest. Right, gotta head this way then. Luckily for us, we just gotta go this way. I've got to now find out where our stuff is. Did the guy who keeps joining Thacker join the stream today? Well, no, because I think he's American, and most American people are in bed right now. Right, here's my stuff then. Most American people are in bed right now, because if it's 9 a.m., if it's literally 12 p.m. for me... Just gonna do some in a minute. Sorry, just sending my mum a McDonald's order. It's 6 a.m. for me and I'm American. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so... Yeah, that would be 6 hours behind me, so yeah, that would be... Yeah, that's... Right? Yeah. Right, let's go this way. So, while we're over here, I know where we are now. I fought the wither here. You can tell from the wither shape. From the shape. What do you mean? I think he tough. Who's tough? Right, so I've hurt my foot. Sorry, I was just sending my mum a McDonald's order, guys. What themes do you use on your Nintendo Switch? This theme. I haven't changed the theme in a long time. Yeah, but that would have been back in the day. There's things that they don't recommend now, like it's a different thing though by throwing them. Yeah, it's different countries. Different countries, and also back in the day, you could do people did stupid shit. Like nowadays, most people wouldn't play with knives. Well, some people would, but we're gonna have to start killing some animals in a minute, because obviously we're going to. Thank you for your sacrifice, Mr. Chicken. Where are we right now? We near that little fortress we made. I think that's further down the map, actually. There's a lot of horses here. Hold on. How many horses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 horses. Jesus. This must be the horse area plane. It's a lot of horses. Now that's a lot of horses. Yeah, Nintendo Switch doesn't have that, but Nintendo Switch Nintendo Switch has been out. PS5 and Xbox Series X are newer consoles than the Switch is. Oh, my nose. The Switch 2 has a different screen. The Switch 2 has a different screen, but I don't have Switch 2, guys, because I can't afford it. It's too expensive. Switch 2 is so expensive, but what can you do? I think I know where we are. It's... Oh my god, that looks like Dirt Old Door. That looks like Dirt Old Door. If you guys ever heard of Dirt Old Door. Probably not. I mean, honestly, if we open this up and let water come through it, it would look like Dirt Old Door. You didn't answer my question. That's because your question hasn't popped up. Your question hasn't popped up on my screen. Are you gay? No, I'm not gay. I'm definitely not gay. Also, your comment hasn't popped up for me. The last comment I've got from you is the word anyways and then a peace symbol. Yeah, your question hasn't popped up on the screen. What did you put in it? What did you put in it? Because YouTube might have blacklisted it. Basically, YouTube sometimes automatically block comments. Yeah, I'm 100% not gay. Want to know what time it is in my country? Yeah, why not? You can tell us what time it is in your country if you want to. Little bro, just leave YouTube. What? What? I don't think I'm a little bro, everybody. You're too young. If I was too... How young do you think I am? Too... Cool. So you're in Europe then, because Europe's 2 hours ahead. No, Europe's an hour ahead. Well, maybe Eastern Europe. You don't have to tell us, it's just a guess, because you said 2 hours ahead. I need some iron. Yep. I do know what you're on about. Yeah. I need iron, guys, and I can't find any. If we could go and find some... I just need a water bucket. But the one thing I did, which was kind of foolish... We have all the coal we need, but... I need a touch of iron. How young do you think I am, Emu Atori? If you said I'm too young to be on YouTube. Because you guys always seem to try and guess that. You guys try and guess how old I am and then get it wrong. Most people most people on these streams have got it wrong. Any iron, guys? Not that I'm aware of. Can't see. I don't know. I thought they were talking about me then. Oh, I thought they were talking about me because they asked the question. Oh, they might have been talking to you. It's 1 PM here. Oh, yeah. Because I think most of Europe is an hour. Most of Europe is an hour ahead. And I know you're from Poland. I think you're. Remember you saying you were Polish. I really want to work this out, guys. Where the hell? I need to go this way. I'm going to call it Durdle Door as a joke. Hello, Swiss Racks. Welcome to the stream. I'm just going to float, guys, for a minute. So, does this look like... Have you guys ever heard of Durdle Door? Long no see. I haven't been around for 8 years since I was in streams. You were in literally yesterday. No, you weren't in yesterday. Were you in yesterday? No, you... Well, Swiss Rex is joking. Who the fuck are you? Jesus! I'm back. Sorry, I need to leave for a bit. Okay. Right, I'm just going to quickly... have you guys ever heard of Durdle Door? Fine. I'm going to put this... This is Durdle Door. I think this build looks like Durdle Door. Image. I have downloaded an image off the internet, guys, of what Durdle Door looks like. Just so I can... This is what Durdle Door looks like. Tell me that they don't look similar. Do they look similar? Do they look similar? Oh, apart from the skeleton on it. Everyone, I'm the Prime Minister of YouTube. YouTube Live. I think we need to colonise Australia. Nah, Australia's got to be left because we got so much wildlife over there. Let's get rid of the Durdle Door image now. Right, there we go. Perfect. Now, guys, it's going to be a long and hard trip. I've got to try and find where I am and swim back. Well, there's an ocean temple this way. I have one. I have one. I'm on survival. We're on my... This is actually a live survival... This is a live Survival Legacy episode. But Swiss Rex is tough. He's built like a rhino. No one wants to mess with him. Oh, I'm joking, but I have absolutely not a clue where I am, guys. I have no idea where we are, guys. Like, this is incredibly fun. We're gonna make sure a zombie doesn't see where we're going. I'm stuck. I gotta be honest though, I don't like anime. But the problem is, for me, I don't like that style of animation. But it's not about hating. Whether you dislike something... It's not hating if you say you dislike it. I've got to work out where I am. I think I've got a certain idea now. I'm first in the leaderboard. Oh, okay. And I'm just one of them. I'm older, so it's one of them. I'm older. I'm of the age where if you watched it when I was in school, you were seen as weird. That's actually a fact, guys. Back in the day when I was in school, when I was in secondary school, high school as you would call it in America, it was seen as weird. If you watched it, you were seen as weird, which is quite an odd one. But it was seen as weird to watch it. But the reason was because it was Japanese. It was seen as weird to watch random foreign shows. Not, well, it was seen as weird to watch things in dub. I've never watched that. I've never watched that, but when it started, I was like 13, and I just saw it as a low-budget kid show. No offense. I've never watched it because I've heard of it. I've heard of it, but it started. I think it started when I was like 13, 14. So, I never had any intention of watching it because when I was 13, 14, I was watching Flash, Gotham. Really? I'm not seeing any comments. Timed out for 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm not seeing any comments. I wouldn't call him Little Emu because I think Swiss Rex might be older than you are. Well, they're not hidden. But want to hear a joke? Why not? Let's hear a joke. I know where we are now because that's bloody hell. What? Oh, now the house is in. I built this house, guys. It's beautiful, but it's impossible to get into. Yeah, let's hear a joke. Come on. Let's see. 148 of you have watched this stream in the last hour. That's fantastic. It's... I just burped, sorry. Oh. We started this stream at around about 7 minutes past 11. That Greg's been hurt in the gut, I see. I have neck Greg's. No, it's just my nose is blocked because my hay fever is affecting me at the moment because it's very warm again. The temperature is back up into the mid-30s. Oh nice, someone subscribed. Oh, thank you everybody. As it stands, we are 23 subscribers off hitting 6,700. I haven't streamed a lot this week, this month. What was I going to say to you guys? I was going to say something. I want to thank all of you, though, as well. I want to thank absolutely every single one of you, though, because we've just hit monetization, which is why you've had advertisements appear on this stream. We hit 4,000 hours yesterday. So, what does this do? Insert ad. What does it do? Have we gone to it? Thank you. So, with a bit of luck, I've probably been paid by YouTube for this stream. What am I craving? Do you know what? I don't know. Well, my mum and sister were going to McDonald's, so I've given them a really fat McDonald's order. I told them that I wanted a Big Mac, a large Big Mac, large fries. I ordered a large Big Mac, large fries, caramelized frap, and 20 chicken nuggets because I was really hungry. I've never had hot sauce, but I don't know whether I'd stand it. But it's great to be it's great that we got this monetization in, though, guys. So I want to thank all of you for that. I subscribed a couple of days ago. Yeah, I saw your comment a couple of days ago. I saw you in the stream a couple of days ago as well. Yeah, this Minecraft world is 9 years old, so it'll be 10 years old next year. It'll be 10 years old next year. I think Imuatori, I think Swiss Rex took offence to you calling him little boy, little bro. I think he might be older than you are. I think he took offence to you calling him little. But I have no idea. Bread, fantastic. The whole thing was we were going to build a little starter house somewhere, and we just can't find a spot. Oh, my nose is really blocked today. Jesus. You defeated the Romans? Bloody hell, I didn't realise you were 2,000 years old. Oh, so we got his older brother on the stream. Joe, build the Colosseum. Already have. Bro, think he really tough. Tough's not even spelled correctly. I'm joking. Tough isn't even spelled correctly. Oh, my nose keeps getting blocked up, guys. What was I coming over here for? Oh, the Colosseum. I'm not sleepy. Literally, I went to bed around about... after watching a bit of a film last night, I went to bed around about 1 in the morning. Around about 1, half 1 in the morning. Because I was watching a movie. And I slept till 11. So I slept for 10 hours. But I have hay fever. And basically it's very warm. Basically in the UK this summer, the temperature has gone up and down. So we've had 4 heat waves this summer. This summer we've had 4 big heat waves where it's all been mid-30s. Basically, no. So if any of you are American, basically that's 95 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Basically, the UK created Fahrenheit, but we don't use it anymore because we were forced to switch to Celsius by the British government. Well, so basically, my hay fever's just affected me because it's so warm. Basically, we've fluctuated between 30 and 35 a couple of times. Yeah, but aren't you living in Africa? Where it's a lot hotter, because Africa's borderline on the equator. Yeah, so it's going to be warmer there. It's going to be warmer there because Africa's on the equator. 100 degrees Fahrenheit is about 38 degrees. Which, that's normal. That's alright. I think. Yeah, it's about a 38, 37, 38 degrees Celsius. So it's only 2 degrees warmer for you, Swiss Rex, than it is for me. Well, between 2 and 3 degrees. What's TS? TS means this shit. TS in the UK means true story. I'm like, this isn't a true story. No one's too old for these streams. I should say that because I'm old. I'm not old, but if he's too old for this shit, if he's too old for this streams, yeah. But then you have more of them in those countries because it's warmer weather. It's warmer weather in those countries, so you're gonna have more. But you have elephants in that. You have elephants in Africa, and elephants are cute, and I love elephants so much. I love it. We've just hit my height in views, and I've made that joke too much over the years. I've made that joke too much, guys. Right. I love elephants so much. Like, they're my favourite animal in the world. Sneak attack! Because, nah, elephants are ugly half. Jesus. Jesus. I want to ask you this, Swiss Rex. Because you're American and what did I say then? I said sneak attack, didn't I? What did I say? There's a zombie villager there, but we can't save him. Take that, take that, take that. You can have that. Right, you dead. All of them. Had to have. Yeah. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Because you're an American living in thing, are you classed as ridiculously tall there, or because obviously some countries in Africa have really have the height range is a lot lower than it is in other countries. So are you classed as ridiculously tall living there, or normal? I must towards most of the adults. Yeah. But then, like, yeah, most of the countries, so you tell me that blobfish isn't ugly. I don't even know what a blobfish is. I'm not familiar with every animal ever. So if you're as tall as most of the adults, what about people? What about most people your age, Swiss Rex, in that regard? Then, if you're as tall as most of the adults, is it just that you're ridiculously taller than the other people your age? Then. I will be back in a later stream, so bye for now. Goodbye, Polo, the best Astrobot player. Thank you for joining the live stream, and I'll see you in the next one. There we go. I expect, though... oh, my nose. I expect, Swiss Rex, that comes in handy in sports classes. The fact that you're taller than most of them. I played here once. I was shorter at the time, but taller than everyone. Oh, so you were shorter than you are now, but then you were still taller than everyone. Yeah, but they said it's just different. It's different places. So the average height in Africa is lower than it is in Europe, whereas there's other places across the world where it may be higher. It is an interesting thing, but there is some places in Africa that are really tall. Yeah, but you can't turn around and say every animal's ugly though. Like in Sudan, I'm sure. I wouldn't say that though, Swiss Rex. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that because you're what, 5'8"? You're what, 5'8", 5'9"? The average height in Sudan is 5'7". So you're still above average. You're still above average for You're still above average for Sudan. But you're still above average for Sudan, but also as well, you're what, 14? Nearly you're 14, 15? I think. You're what, 14, 15? It was definitely a massive culture shock from clean streets and foods, yeah. Yeah, that's good though. You can't turn around and say any animal is ugly. You can't turn around and say any animal is ugly because those animals, you gotta think, those animals, they look like that because of evolution. They are designed to be like that. They have evolved over time. For example, hello Luna Creations, welcome to the stream. For example, humans, for example, we used to have tails. Back in the day, we had tails. We don't need those anymore. Our appendixes, they had a use back in the day. Now they don't have a use at all. And the appendix is basically a thing in the human body that's has no purpose, but evolution hasn't got it right. What animals are we talking about? What's disgusting? I don't get what's disgusting. Basically, what we're talking about is Imuatori thinks some animals are disgusting. Yeah, but then they're designed to look like that because of evolution. You can't even look at them. I say the same about people wearing makeup. I'm joking, guys. It's true, though. Why would people go and wear makeup? It's just it's a joke. I mean, it's a joke, guys. But I said, why would people... Honestly, why would people wear makeup? They have fun without makeup, yeah. I'm sorry for all the adverts we're getting on these streams, guys, but basically it's my first time being monetized. So when I've clicked advertisements, I don't know how many advertisements it's putting on the stream. Yeah, well, that's true though, but that's true, yeah. And it's because those Africa is a big country, but also it's got the things for animals to be big. You know, it's got warmer temperatures, like, has the doll maker made any sales? Has doll maker made any sales? When I get money, I promise I'll buy it. That's alright. Oh, thank you, that's really kind of you. I don't know if the doll maker's made sales, actually. I haven't looked. We can have a look now. Oh, I've really hurt my finger. Don't know why. I have slashed all the prices on ebooks recently. I slashed all the prices just because I felt like it. Estimated sales. We haven't made one. We made one last month, but we on the doll maker, but we haven't made one this month. You're old. I am old. I'm in my 20s now. I'm fat. I'm joking. I am actually fat. That's not a joke. You know. Yeah, more marketing would be good, but that's the thing. I don't know where to start with marketing. You can pay to market books. That's a thing you can do on Amazon. Joe is a young man from the French Alps. I'm not from the French Alps. Do you mean the Swiss Alps? There isn't. You have the. There's no such thing as the French Alps. You have the you have the French Pyrenees, but not the French Alps. The Alps is called is called the Swiss Alps. The French is the Pyrenees. I've sailed across the Pyrenees. I've been to the Pyrenees. It's beautiful. I went whitewater rafting there on a French trip, and I crashed. Yeah, it's called the Swiss Alps. I just broke my Joy-Con. Oh, hello, Damp Lamp. Welcome to the stream. Damn, I have a horrible headache. Oh, hello, Oscar PS3 enthusiast. Welcome to the stream. Why does everyone keep calling me Unc at the moment? Everyone keeps calling me Unc, and someone called me it the other week because apparently I sound like an uncle. I'm like, I'm in my 20s. I'm not old enough to be an uncle. I hardly ever left California. That's a problem with Americans, though, to be honest, Lunar Creations. That's a problem with Americans. Most Americans don't ever really leave their states, which... Everyone calls me Unc at the moment. I'm like, I'm in my 20s. Technically, I am old enough to be an uncle, but... Sit in the corner where you belong. I'm not pushing 30. I'm not going to be pushing 30 for another 7.5 years. No, I'm not pushing 30 for another 7 years and 4 months. "67 years, boy." I'm too young, I'm only in high school. No, I understand that. But that is the thing with Americans. Most Americans... It'll happen to all of you. That's true, it does. It does happen to all of you. Keep poking fun. Oh, I always poke fun. I poke fun at myself, mostly, though. Like... It's like when you're 16, 17, you do start gaining weight. When you're like 18 to 20, you do start just putting on weight. That is true. I mean, everyone I know did it. Everyone I know did it. I broke my Joy-Con. Yeah, I saw that. Did Unk snap? I can't snap. I would hate to be born in 2010. Honestly, if somebody, if people are born in 2010, I'm 8 years older than them. They make me feel old. Did Unk snap? I can't be snapped. I'm too fat to snap. I'm way too fat to be snapped. Oh. I'm from 2025. David here has been stuck in 2005 since 2005. You're old too compared to a 5-year-old. That is true. It gave me a bruise. Ooh. I gotta be honest, I don't have bruises. I have so many bruises. Honestly. I'm gonna go pray. I'll be back. That's alright. Yeah, if you don't come back to the stream, have a good rest of your day. Just in case. Honestly, I've got a bruise on my hand. I'm younger than all of you. Well, everyone's gonna argue how old they are now. I mean, we've got people that are younger than that. We had someone that was 10 years old in the stream earlier on because they mentioned it. And I'm like, what? I don't feel comfortable with that, though. The Dying Rose MP is becoming popular. Look, all the sheep users. Now it's all NPCs. I'm only 15. Rip Tyrese. I haven't seen him in the stream for weeks, to be honest. The Aussie will be missed in this chat. He took offence to me saying Oggy, 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 but he didn't realise that Oggy, Oggy, Oggy is actually older than the chant Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Fucking Jesus! There's so many creepers! Remind me never to hop on Fortnite again. Yeah, cool. I've just blown my... I could have blown myself up then. There was like 4 creepers. Yeah, it's Oggy, 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 oi, oi, oi. And basically, Tyrese in my stream took offence and basically started claiming he would report my channel for being disrespectful to an Australian chant. And I said to him, well, an Australian Oggy, Oggy, Oggy is over 40 years older than Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie emerged during the Olympics of 2000. Oggy, Oggy, Oggy's been a football chant in the UK since the 1960s. They don't snap, no. Because in the process, I broke my Joker and it hit me in the face and it's beginning to bruise. Ouch. Yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah. Talking of which, guys, I'm happy. Everton signed a player yesterday. Yay. And who here watches Sky Sports News? Who here watches Sky Sports News? Probably only me. And probably Oscar PS3 fans. I think he is from the UK. Me. Honestly, I think you'll definitely understand this, Oscar PS3 enthusiast. Sky Sports' reporters are shit. They turned around... Everton signed Jack Grealish yesterday on loan. And Sky put up a report about how this is a shock signing. Everton have been after Jack Grealish since June. Everton have been after Jack Grealish for all summer. And they called it a shock signing. Like, he's been wanting to go to Everton on loan all summer. I'm like, what? I just couldn't believe that one. I found it ridiculous. Like, it was reported. You know when they did the before the Club World Cup, they did the little mini transfer window. They are biased, yeah. I hate Sky. Joe, have you heard of CapCut? I have. I have used it. I use it for little TikToks, little TikTok templates. So I uploaded one of them to YouTube the other day because I found a little trailer one that looked quite nice. So then I basically added all my clips in. I didn't forget about Declan Rice, but what I was saying is about biased. Basically, Sky News made out that Everton's signing of Jack Grealish was a shock signing, when Everton they've been reporting that he wanted Everton were after him all summer. And it was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Like, Sky always talk. Sky is really biased. They talk about they always talk about Manchester United. Like, they never mention any of the other clubs. They only mention Manchester United. Really, I saw a joke about this the other year. Sky Sports News on the transfer stuff, they talk about Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Tottenham, Chelsea and Arsenal. And then there's a tiny 30-second thing when they talk about the other 14. That's true. One of the Sky Sports hosts is there's only one Sky Sports host that I know he's going to bring Everton into it because he's an Everton fan. So he always, if Everton have announced a signing, he will mention it. I'm a Tottenham. You're a Tottenham fan. Cool. I forgot where I was, guys. I'm a Liverpool. Yeah, I'm an Everton. I'm an Everton supporter. I've been an Everton supporter since I was born. So I really wanted to buy tickets to a match I was going to buy tickets to a match next month, and they've moved it now to 8 o'clock at night. And I'm not from Liverpool, guys. I'm from much further down the country. So there's no way I can buy tickets to an 8 o'clock match. I was going to buy tickets to one match because I'm on holiday in a couple of weeks. In a couple of weeks' time, I'm on holiday, so there won't be any streams. Yeah, I'm not from Cornwall. I am from the southwest. I'm not from Cornwall. Although Cornwall is absolutely... Guys, I've forgotten where my stuff was. I've forgotten where I died. Right, I know. I know where I died. He's from Glasgow. I'm not from Glasgow. I'm not Scottish. I'm English. I can do a Scottish accent if you want me to, though. I'm from South East. Yeah, you said the island. You said the island. You said the only island city, which the UK's only island city, which. Is that southeast? Because I've always been under suspicion. I thought that was southwest. Oh no, it's southeast. It is southeast. I thought it was southwest, but then what am I? Oh, I'm thinking of Plymouth. Sorry, I'm thinking of Plymouth. I know Plymouth is southwest. Yeah, I was thinking of Plymouth. Plymouth is south. Plymouth, Exeter. I'm thinking Bournemouth might be as well, actually. You from Jersey? I'm not from Jersey. Portsmouth cooking this season? I wouldn't know, to be honest. I don't pay attention to a lot of the Championship. I really want Wrexham to do well, though. I think that would be an incredible story coming from the National League and then going back. I would love to see Wrexham get into the Prem, because I think that would be an amazing story. 4 years ago we were in the National League, now we're in the Premier League. 4 back-to-back promotions, and Wrexham be back in the first division for the first time in fucking hell, that scared the shit out of me. Right, yeah, like Wrexham being back in the Prem in the top flight for the first time in decades. Like Wrexham used to be in the first division in the time when back in like the 70s and 80s. Two Brits having a chat. British people, well, I love football. It's one of those, I love football. Like it's not just that I love Everton though. I love football in general. So even if Everton aren't on telly, I'm probably watching one of the games that are on telly. Gotta go. Peace out. Peace out, Swiss Rex. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah. But honestly, yeah, I just love football. So I'm quite interested to see what happens this season. I'm interested to see what Arsenal do this season. Because the one thing that stopped Arsenal from winning the league 2 seasons ago, on those 2 seasons where they finished second, was they didn't have a striker. And Mikel Arteta was asking for a striker, and they were getting him everything bar a striker. And I'm interested to see what happens this season now they've got that striker. I'm interested to see what happens this season now that they've got that striker. But I'm also interested to see what Everton do this season, because Everton have actually improved attacking wise, but I'm a little worried defensively because pre-season has been shit. Everton's pre-season has been terrible, but they were, because of financial fair play rules, they had to get rid of a load of players, and then it took too long to get players in. So we finished bottom in the Club World Cup. No, we finished bottom in the PL Summer Series, but we finished bottom in the PL Summer Series, and randomly we only finished bottom because we had so many players out injured and hardly any players with us. In fact, have you guys seen anything about the PL Summer Series? Bruno Fernandes, I do not know how he stayed on the pitch in the last game of the PL Summer Series against Everton. Also, in the Portuguese league, he's a good striker. I actually liked him while he was at Benfica. Was it Benfica? The problem is, I think that move happened too soon for him. But you often see that though, to be honest, Oscar PS3 fan, enthusiasm. Sorry, you often see that though. Some strikers work better at smaller clubs. So Romelu Lukaku was terrible for Chelsea, went to West Brom and bagged 17 goals in a season, went to Everton on loan, bagged 18, and then bagged another, and then went to Everton permanently and was bagging like 60, 20, 25 goals a season. Went to Manchester United where he bagged 28 goals in 2 years. Whereas it's the same with Thing. It's the same with a few other players like that. Lukaku was better at Everton because Everton played to his strengths. They shot the ball over the top. Not everyone's 13 years old in this stream. I think Oscar PS3 fans at least 18. I think. Not everyone knows what all this slang means because not everyone's like 13, 14. I'm just having a guess that Oscar PS3 enthusiast is 18, 19. Well, most likely. Well, because he didn't understand what that YouTube slang is, so I don't understand, innit? Well, no, you don't need to go back to school. You don't need to go back to school to listen to Harlem Shake. Well, Harlem Shake's been... Because the Harlem Shake's been around for years, hasn't it? Yeah, 2013. I was 11 when that came out. Guys. So that was 11 years ago then. No, 12 years ago. Shit. I like how you're calling him little bro when he might be older than you. I find it funny. Don't just shut up. You're telling me to shut up in my own stream. That's amazing. That is amazing. The Bilpy version. Emu Tori was telling me to shut up in my own stream, I think. Thank you everyone for watching this stream today. 276 of you have watched this stream today, which is unbelievable. Thank you to the people who subscribed, by the way. As it stands, we are closing down on 6,700. Oh, it is so warm right now. Oh, got a sore stomach. Oh, I can't stop burping. Discord is now giving me Wordle, guys. Shall we have a crack at it? Okay, so we got the letter E. We got the letter E. We haven't got it in the right. We haven't got the letter E in the right place. And we know it. We know it needs an R. Joe Bart. Yeah. Why are people hating on anime if they haven't seen it? Because it's not. Do you know why that is? I have sent from the heavens. I have testicular torsion. What? Okay. People hate on anime, yes, because anime is Japanese and it's a bit weird. That's why people don't like. You can't hate on people for not liking something. I don't like Americans. I don't like the Americans brainwashing the American people into believing they invented everything. You can't tell people to go back to school because they don't like anime. That's like saying because you like anime and Japanese stuff, you should go and get re-educated and watch American stuff. That's just. That's like honestly, there are people out there that don't want. I'll admit, I'm one of those. I would prefer British TV being aired over anime. That's. I actually don't. I like Japan, but I don't like Japan as well because Japan are very famously are a country that has never fully admitted their some bits to do with World War II. Don't judge but by its colour. Yeah, the reason I don't like Japan have never fully admitted the atrocities they did in World War II. Japan claim the victim over the atom bomb, but the reason they dropped the atom bomb is because Japan had basically refused to surrender during the war. They said they'd never surrender, and the predicted death toll of invading Japan and ending World War II, the predicted death toll of an invasion was something like £10 million. 10 million deaths or something like that. But Japan have never fully admitted the atrocities they caused in World War II. In Southeast Asia, Japanese soldiers murdered anything that wasn't Japanese. And Japan has never fully admitted the atrocities that they caused that they committed in Southeast Asia. And Germany has admitted that, you know, the concentration camps were there, the Holocaust happened, but Japan has never admitted Japan has never admitted. You're too brainwashing me to argue with your. Yeah, Japan has never admitted the chemical and bio tests that they did on on prisoners of war and the amount of people that they killed in certain countries. You know how like in World War II, when an SS soldier went over to Japan, he said the army was going too far. Yeah. Honestly, Japan, when they were testing chemical weapons to be used against the Allies, they did it on prisoners of war. They tested the chemical weapons on the prisoners of war to see what damage they would do beforehand. Which that's just, you gotta say, that is cruel. That was where, like, in fact, the Germans were better than the Japanese soldiers. What was I gonna? Also, great woman. Yeah, they did. Also, Oscar Piastri enthusiast. Have you ever seen the film Hacksaw Ridge? It's a true story. But after Japan shot American troops, they went and stabbed them just to make sure they were dead. Basically, if you'd been shot, they went in to kill them as well. Japan didn't just shoot them; they made sure they were dead. If you were found guilty, if you were basically disloyal to the Japanese cause, your entire if a Japanese soldier was disloyal to the cause, the whole battalion, the whole battalion they were part of, the whole platoon that they were part of, the guy was tied up and everyone would run their bayonet through him. Like, everyone would run in and stab him with the bayonet. It was fair. Like, that's bad. Even the Germans were like, Japan's going a bit harsh here. The US Marines said that, yeah. Japan is a beautiful country, but yeah, they've never admitted there's still quite a racist undertone in Japan. Have you ever seen the advert with the black man where the Japanese woman shoves him in the washing machine? Japan has still got quite a racist undertone in society. So there's a banned advert off TV where a Japanese woman shoves a black man in the washing machine and sits on it until he comes out as a Japanese man. So basically, they did an advert where basically black people is just dirt, and it needed to be wiped off. They did a genuine advert about cleaning it. Yeah, but that's the thing though, you can't force people to watch it. Like, the reason I don't watch anime is because I don't like the storylines and I don't like the animation style. I prefer traditional animation. But as well, I prefer more British and American TV because British and American TV is similar. Whereas not in my opinion, but in my opinion, British TV is peak. In my opinion, old comedies are good. Most people in the world, most people now claim old British comedies are offensive. I'm like, they might be, but they're still funny. Because back in the day, people were willing to make jokes. And in fact, the surprising thing about comedies, though, no one found them racist. It's only people nowadays, 40 years later after it's aired, saying, oh, you can't watch that, it's wrong. But, do you guys want to know an interesting one? What was I going to say? There's something really... there's a comedy show where they take the mick of something. That one of my favourite comedy shows of all time. Is a one called On the Buses, and it's an old British comedy. It is hilarious. Some of the shit that they do. There's one where, honestly, there's an episode. One of my favourite comedy shows is one called On the Buses, and it's about a bus driver and his conductor. And the havoc that they cause. So there's an episode where they've installed radio control. So, you know, when radio control, where you can just contact someone from anywhere going, hello, can you hear me? And things like that. This is before mobile phones. And they tampered with it because he kept ordering... Because the boss kept ordering them about... Because the boss kept ordering them about and not giving them a moment's peace, they tampered with the radio. So while they were out driving and this guy's trying to get contact with them, he's actually talking to an airline pilot. He's like, SB17, can you hear me? SB17, can you hear me? And he's like, number 23 here. We're just getting in from Calcutta. He's like, what route do you think you're on? He goes, something about Calcutta. Calcutta, they're all taking the mickey. Then they suddenly get through to a... Shit. Then they suddenly get through to a policeman. They suddenly get through to a policeman. And the policeman turns up and wants to arrest them. They don't know what's gone wrong with the radio. And it's because this guy's tampered with it, so the boss can't contact him. So to make sure this busman's actually doing his job properly, they give the inspector a car, and he turns up, and the driver accidentally the bus driver accidentally cracks it shortly before he accidentally sets the building on fire. Basically, to heat up the chips that the bus driver and conductor had, they shoved it in they kept the engine on, and they put it in the engine to warm them up. Generally, I only watch football and F1. I watch football. I don't like F1 personally, but the only reason I don't like F1 is because back in the 3 years ago, YouTube long form. I do watch YouTube long form. That's something I do like. I'm only doing these streams on YouTube. I'm only doing these streams on shorts format at the moment. I do use TikTok. I do upload to TikTok, but not a lot because I don't see anybody watching it there. If I upload something, it doesn't do well on TikTok. It's weird. I just don't. It might be one of those though. I just don't understand TikTok. I don't understand. I can upload something and get 1,000 views on it, and then I can upload the next video and not get anything on it. That's the thing I don't get. Honestly, all these big TikTok stars, you look at them, they have that one video that's only got like 10 views. Because nobody's looked at it, because it's not been promoted to anyone. I didn't say it's horrible, I said I don't like it. But also, I am a qualified filmmaker and a film critic, so I was saying why I don't like it. It's not about hating. Hating is basically saying that it's all shit and should be banned off the internet. What I'm saying is I don't like it. But I'm a qualified I've got a Bachelor of Science in Film Production, and I'm a qualified film critic. And I'm saying I don't like that animation style. It's the same as thing though. I hated there is films I hate. I absolutely hated there's certain films, not my cup of tea. Yeah, there's films I hate. I hate a lot of Disney's films now because they pander to stuff that shouldn't be pandered to. BBC did it the other year. BBC did an adaptation of War of the Worlds, and they changed all the main characters' names from the book. I'm like, but that's not right. What's the point of doing an adaptation? Yeah, I don't like... Well, I've never watched Stranger Things, but I don't like one of the actresses. I absolutely hate Millie Bobby Brown, but for a certain reason. I hate Millie Bobby Brown because of her comment about a book last year. Millie Bobby Brown bought out a book a year or two ago and claimed that she wrote it, and she hadn't. She paid a ghostwriter to write it for her. But so you can't turn around and call yourself an author. I don't like any of them because I don't think any of them will work for it. But the thing is, the reason I hate celebrities. I hate celebrities that haven't had to work for it. Yeah, but that's the thing though. Does he have Israeli family though? Because you can't blame the people of Israel. You can't blame the people of Israel for what their government are doing. But also, you can't blame the Palestinian people for what the Hamas are doing. But the problem is, you can't blame the people of Israel for what their government are doing, because their government, they have no say over what their government are doing. Like there's people in Israel that hate what's going on, but also there are people in Palestine that don't like the Hamas. But the problem is they've got two governments that are willing to just kill each other because they can't get along. The thing is though, I don't like the Israel government. Not Jewish. Yeah, but then that's where a guy in my college class said this to me. A guy in my college class said to me this. He hates Gal Gadot because she supports Israel, but she is Israeli. Like Gal Gadot, for example. A guy in my college class hated her because she supports Israel. But I said to this guy in my class, I said, but she is Israeli. If Britain goes to war, if Great Britain was going to war against a country tomorrow, you're going to support your country because every country is told to be proud of your country. American people are told to be proud of America. Great British people are to be told to be proud of Britain. And I said to her, I said to a friend in my college class, I said, do you hate Gal Gadot because she supports Israel, or do you hate her because she's Israeli? And I said, because if so, that's anti-Semitism. And then he suddenly looked back and was like, yeah, you're right. Basically, Gal Gadot has received a lot of shit recently, not because she's a bad actress, but because she's Jewish. Since the Israel-Hamas war has started, there's been so much anti-Semitism against Jewish people. Like, there was protests on the streets of the UK about it, but the Jewish people in the UK aren't. Jewish people in the UK aren't Israeli. Why are they getting targeted? Like, it was on the news a couple of weeks ago. A Jewish kid in a school, someone walked up and spat in his face. I'm like, that's not right. But it's not. Israel-Hamas isn't the problem, it's Iran. Israel and the people of Israel and the people of Palestine don't actually hate each other. But it's Iran. Iran has always been the problem. There's been more wars there. No, not Iran. No, Iran's got a huge part of it. There's been more wars there in the last 40 years since Iran's revolution than there was beforehand. It was the British. No, that's different. Initially, it went all fine. Basically, what I mean is Iran. It's not. Great Britain did that, yes, but they partitioned it. Great Britain partitioned it, of course. Which they did that with India as well because of religious divide. And but I think what's got to happen there, though, is Palestine's got to become a state. Palestine's got to become a state, but Israel's got to still be recognised as well as a state. Because I met someone on my friend's Discord server. He wanted every Jewish person to be forcefully removed. A state is a country. A state in a country is exactly the same thing. A state and a country are exactly the same thing. It's only the United States that's different, where they call themselves the United States and have many states, but a state in the country is exactly the same thing. What was I going to say? Yeah. Initially, the Palestinians agreed and was like, yeah, let the Jewish people come and live there. Initially, Isaac, I think, is an interesting one with Newcastle. Newcastle are telling him he can't go. Newcastle have rejected the bid because they want more. But also, Isaac is under contract for a year. So technically, if he does do anything stupid, he's in breach of contract. It's the same with Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon just outright trained. Everton sold Anthony Gordon to Newcastle because he refused to train and was unprofessional. And he basically said he would never go back to Everton. So Everton sold him for 50 million and got money for him because he just outright refused to stay. But yeah, initially, the people of Palestine initially agreed and agreed that Israel could form, it was a lot of the Arab nations around. But you don't know that, though. You've got what he says, and then you've got what they say as well. It's very much, it's like one says one says something, one says something else. One says this, one says that. Like Luka Modric did it. Luka Modric wanted to leave Tottenham, and Daniel Levy wouldn't let him leave, and then he let him leave the year later. But he did it with Harry Kane as well. He wouldn't let him leave, and then he let him leave the year later, which is a bit weird. That's with Tottenham, though. Newcastle fans are really passionate. Newcastle have a really passionate fan base. So basically, they don't... The reason that it's gone really bad for them... The reason it's gone bad for them is they think Isak's being a snake. Which... But it's the same with thing, though. It's the same with Liverpool fans, to be honest, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. I don't agree with booing someone while they're on the pitch. If you don't agree with the way they leave, you boo them off the pitch. You boo them when they're not on the pitch. But when they're playing for you, you don't boo them. I would say the same if Newcastle did that with Isak. If he started that game of the started the first game of the season, and they booed him, I would say the same thing. Like, actually, Newcastle do it to Pickford every year. Newcastle do it to Jordan Pickford because Jordan Pickford played for Sunderland. Jordan Pickford played for Sunderland as a kid, and up until he was before Everton signed him. So whenever Jordan Pickford plays against Newcastle for Everton, they throw shit at him and boo him. In fact, yeah, where Jordan Pickford's from, it's in between both Newcastle and Sunderland. Where Jordan Pickford's from, it's in between both Sunderland and Newcastle. So half the town's Newcastle, half the town's Sunderland. But yeah, the Newcastle fans, whenever he's playing for Everton, they boo the shit out of him every time he gets on the ball. Every time the ball goes back to him, they boo him. But yeah, on the point I was making then, yeah, I hope they stay up because you want as many derbies as possible. Every Premier League season, you want the Merseyside. Every Premier League season. Hello, all right. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, every Premier League season, you always want the Merseyside derby because that's one of the biggest derbies. You always want the Manchester derby, the London. You always want the North London derby. But you always want the Tyne and Wear derby is like the Merseyside derby. It is very, very heated. You always want, every year in the Premier League, you always want the Merseyside derby and the Tyne and Wear derby because they're So it'd be interesting. I really like that you've got the Tyne and Wear derby back this year, and I'd be interested. Sunderland will want to. Bristol Cardiff's another one. You have the South Coast derby. Bristol Cardiff's always a derby as well. It's a 7-side derby because Bristol and Cardiff are exactly across the. If Bristol and Cardiff are exactly opposite each other, you can see Bristol from Cardiff across the Bristol Channel, but because the Bristol Channel, the Severn Estuary goes into the Bristol Channel, they call it the 7-side derby because they're exactly opposite each other. Like if you're in Bristol, yeah, they are now. Cardiff were in the Prem up until a couple of years. Cardiff, but yeah, between 2014 and 2019, there was always, between 2014 and 2019, there was always, that's good. The cow just turned up. Yeah, between 2014 and 2019, there was always a Welsh team in the Prem. There was always a Welsh team in the Prem. You've got to go back to 2014 for the last... Up until 2019, you had to go back to 2014 for the last time there was a... Between 2014 and 2019, there was always a Welsh team in it. But there hasn't been a Welsh team in the Premier League for 5 years. The Premier League normally always has a Welsh team in it, so either Swansea or Newcastle, Swansea or Cardiff, I mean. Wow, Wrexham might be in there in the future. Well, it would be nice. I would actually really like it if you had more Welsh teams in it. If Cardiff... It's Mira online. I haven't seen Mira in my stream for weeks. I haven't seen her on my streams in... She hasn't joined one of my streams in weeks, I think. I don't recall seeing her in my streams for quite a while. I can't even see what his profile picture is. It's too... Yeah, I would love to see Cardiff get back in there. I'd love to see Cardiff, Wrexham and Newport be back in there. What? I'd love to see Newport get there. Oh. Thank you to the 300 people that watch this stream. I want to see what this does. I want to see what this button does. I just clicked a button called Insert Ad. I want to see what it does. But I don't know if it works. Well, I gotta go. Okay. Thank you for watching the stream, GTG, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. What's a team I would love to see back in the Prem? Bristol City was one I wanted to see because Bristol City got to the playoffs last year. The playoff semi-finals last year. The playoff semis last year. Portsmouth would be an interesting one. I want to see Bristol back in it. Bristol haven't been in the... Because Bristol have never been in the Premier League, but they were in the old First Division. They haven't been in the top flight of English football since the 1980s. I'd love to see teams that haven't been there for a while turn up. I hated it. I used to hate it when Norwich and Watford would come up. I used to hate it when Norwich, Watford and Fulham used to come up. Because Norwich, Watford and Fulham used to always come up and then get relegated. Fulham's been a bit different since Marco Silva took over. But Norwich and Watford would always get relegated, promoted, relegated, promoted. I've liked it in recent years with Ipswich and Luton. Like, that was just shocking. Watford have dipped. Norwich always used to always get up and then get relegated. Daniel Farker, who's the manager of Leeds. Yeah. Daniel Farker, who was the manager of Leeds. He's the manager of Leeds now. He got promoted with Norwich twice and got on relegated twice. And when he won... Yes, so do I. I don't like Leeds. But the only reason I don't like Leeds is because of... Well, I don't like Leeds, but then my dad doesn't like Leeds. My dad went to watch Everton play Leeds at Leeds a few years ago, like 20 odd years ago, and he said that's the only stadium he's ever... Ellen Road's the only stadium he's ever been uncomfortable at because the atmosphere was so hostile. and it was the only match he's ever thought that, you know, something might kick off here. But another team I don't like, though, is Millwall. I don't like Millwall. Southampton's a bit different. Southampton used to be a really good team. Southampton used to be a really good team. Like, Southampton's youth academy used to be the best. Used to be one of the best. The best youth academies for a long time was West Ham and Southampton. Like, I know Liverpool's Virgil van Dijk, Sadio Mane both came from there. A couple of others. Southampton and West Ham used to have really good youth academies. But Southampton, I remember being really angry at a game against Southampton. They have good recruitments, but the problem is Southampton, you could see Southampton was starting to go, for example. You could see Southampton was starting to go, though. When Everton had that season under Rafa Benitez and Lampard, where it started well, but then we had a load of injuries and we didn't have any money. Hi, OMG, I haven't been in streams. That's alright. I haven't streamed a lot. Up until yesterday, I hadn't streamed since last Thursday. Yeah, what I mean is, Everton's really good season. Everton's bad season under Rafa Benitez and Lampard, which started good under Benitez, but then as soon as we lost Richarlison, Decore, Calvert-Lewin, we lost the spine of the team, really. How are you, by the way? I'm really good, Mia. How are you? Yeah, what I mean, Oscar PS3 enthusiast. Southampton barely finished higher above Everton that season, and I was like, Southampton didn't look strong. They just about got to 40 points. Everton had 39. And I was like, Southampton might struggle next season. Then the following season, Southampton actually got relegated, and I was like, okay. I think Wolves might struggle this year. They've got that Strand Larsen, but their main sources of goals last year was Matthias Cunha, and they've lost him. And, you know, Wolves for the last 2 seasons have struggled for goals. Brentford, yeah, well, actually, if Brentford lose Wissa, then I think they'll struggle. But also as well, they might struggle because they had Thomas Frank for 8 years. They had Thomas Frank for 8 years. No manager has ever succeeded after a dynasty. Well, up until, I don't know. No manager has ever succeeded taking over from a dynasty. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't go for Ange Postecoglou. Ange Postecoglou was out of the job, and, you know, I expect he'd have probably said, was it? Yeah, but that's a bit different, though, to be honest. With Arne Slot, I think I would say that he. What happened in the Discord? Nothing really. Not much has happened in the Discord. It's just a couple of people playing Wordle and me sometimes putting some ideas in for book ideas. Yeah, I wouldn't say Arne Slot just yet. If they win the league this season, then I'd say it. But last season, I think they ran away with it because I don't think they had any competition last season. I don't think Slot had any competition last season because Man City had an off year. Arsenal are never gonna amount to anything if they didn't get Arteta that striker he needed. I think it'd be harder this season. I think Man City's going to be somewhere near this season, and I think Arsenal might be somewhere near in third place. I'll be interested to see what happens this season. I still think Liverpool are going to win the league this year, but I think it'd be more challenging this year. But the guy that replaced Brian Clough at Nottingham Forest didn't succeed. Do you know what? One example. Do you know Man City lads? Do I know anyone that supports Man City? Not really, no. I don't know anyone that supports Man City. I had an argument with a Man City fan on here and they just couldn't get my point. I said Guardiola's never been anywhere without money. Pep Guardiola's never been anywhere where he hasn't had like £100 million. Yeah, I have not heard of him, I'm afraid, no. I had an argument with a Man City fan on a stream once because I said I'd like to see Guardiola go somewhere where he's got no money and he's got to try and pull results at his ass. And I don't think he'd do it. To be honest, he's delusional. Yeah, well, most Man City fans are. Honestly, before Everton had before Man City had their takeover, Everton had beaten. Hello, Ahill. Welcome to the stream. Before Everton took Man City's new owners come in. I've returned from the dead. So have I. I haven't up until yesterday. I hadn't streamed since last Thursday. Yeah, ever since Man City's owners come in. Ever since Man City's owners came in, like Everton had beaten Man City at away 18 times out of 18 games. Over the last 18 seasons, Man City had lost at home to Everton 18 times out of 18. And then Everton haven't beaten them since at the Etihad since their owners come in. Because their owners come in and just splash ridiculous amounts of money on basically a whole new squad. The only person that stayed there was Joe Hart managed to stay in the squad. I'm about to head to the gym. Cool. I've got to be honest, I've never been to the gym, guys. It's probably why I'm quite overweight, but... How's the wrestling going, Ahill? What's my favourite takeaway? Oh, probably chicken nuggets and chips. Which version of Legacy do I play? Nintendo Switch. My favourite takeaway is chicken nuggets and chips. My favourite food is pizza or burgers. Because I think you guys can tell. Like, you know, I don't sound the most healthy person in the world, do I? Do I remember Red Muffin? Yes, I do remember Red Muffin. He had an argument. I love some Indian. I have tried curry, but it's not my cup of tea. I have tried Chinese food. Chinese food isn't too bad. I have tried little bits of Indian food, but I just don't like curry. That's one thing I can't eat. I don't think I've tried Bangladeshi, actually. Well, at one point they would have all been one, because India, Bangladesh and Pakistan were once one super country. They were once one super country before they decided to Britain decided to split it up. I don't know. No one knows why they did it, and it did a lot of damage. they were told to because of religious differences. So they basically tried to make a religious state for each, which didn't kind of work. It was once called the Raj, I think. I think that's what the British Raj they called it. I'm not sure what it was. Well, it was called India as well, but I'm not sure what they called it. Yeah, and Sikh. I think the Muslim, Hindu, and Sikh, I think that's what they did. I feel like he's very nice. I mean, when I talked to him about the situation, yeah, he sort of lost his rag at me, though, on the stream. He lost his rag at me at the stream because what he did was kind of disgusting. What he did was kind of disgusting, but he kept saying it was a joke, and I said, well, a joke... It was called the Mughal Empire before the British came. Yeah, it was. And it was huge. Before that, you had... Before that, you had the Mongol Empire, which was absolutely huge. The Mongol Empire stretched from all across Asia into Eastern Europe. It was the largest. It was the largest empire. Great Britain has had the largest ocean empire. Great Britain had the largest ocean empire. I think France came as well. France had parts of India as well. Yeah, the Mongol Empire was the biggest land empire. Britain had the biggest sea empire. In fact, the interesting thing about India, though, during that time, India preferred British rule over French rule. Hello, Nathan. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, India preferred British rule over French rule because they thought the British were kinder to them than the French were. Which is quite an interesting concept. So how bad must the French have been? Portugal came first to Bangladesh, yeah. To trade, yeah. That's what it was back in the day. Basically, Christopher Columbus found America. Do you know why we call America Native Americans? Do you know why you called it? They called them Indians. Because Christopher Columbus landed in America and thought he'd found India. He was trying to find a quicker way to India. And he inadvertently come across a whole new landmass and he called the people Indians because he thought he landed in India. Incredible history. Like, he goes back to the king and goes, I thought what we thought was India was actually a whole new landmass. What? And, yeah, basically what what he was doing though isn't actually bad. What he was doing though wasn't actually bad though, Mia. It's just if he did it in private, what he did wasn't actually. I'm dead. I need to get out of the water to kill this spider. What he did wasn't actually bad. It's just that he did it in a Discord general. This guy in my Discord server, who was in my Discord server, he basically flirted. He basically sexually flirted with another. He basically sexually flirted with another 14. The guy's 14. He sexually flirted with another 14-year-old in my Discord server, but he did it in a general chat. If he'd done it in direct messages, it's not wrong. It's not wrong to do in private. It's not wrong to do. It's a moral. It's not wrong, but it's a moral to do it in a Discord general chat. And when I said to him it's wrong, he kept saying about it was a joke. I'm like, yeah, but no one else is going to understand. I said, what happens if someone sees that? We tell them it's a joke. I'm like, but how is it a joke? You can't just say it's a joke. There's got to be context for a joke. Yes, I did, but I did mention it, but I've mentioned it before when the guy was on the stream saying it was a joke. But it's not, the guy who kept saying it's on my stream kept saying it's a joke. Well, I think they were joking, but there's certain jokes you can't make in public. They were both males, so I think that played into it. But like as I said though, I told them it's right. Well, the one person said sorry. Jokes need a punchline. 100%. Jokes need a punchline. And I said, where's the punchline in that? The only punchline is you mentioned about sucking someone else's tip in a Discord general. But as I said though, at 14, you don't really have a concept of what's right and what's wrong. When you reach adult, yeah, that's what was said. So I purged it. One person said they were really sorry, so they were still in my Discord server, but the other one the other one refused to say sorry, said it was a joke. All right, boy, I'm gonna troll people's live streams. Cool. As long as you don't troll mine. I've had I had someone do that the other week, and I trolled them back, and then they commented on my stream saying, I'm not gonna troll you again, because you're having too much fun with trolling me back. I'm like, I would never. Although I do like trolling people. It's fun sometimes. I would never troll you. How does one troll a live stream? Just by commenting random stuff, Tyler Cash. So I had someone say about sucking their tink star, and I'm like, and I said nah, because I'm not gay, and then they were like, oh yeah, sorry, I'll not, I won't make that joke with. And they were pretending to be characters from TV series. I just blow myself up because you're chill. Thanks, that's kind of you. I'm chill because I'm fat. No, I'm chill because I'm just really fat. I've made that joke so many times, but somebody on my stream told me the other day, oh, you shouldn't fat shame yourself. Which I'm not fat shaming myself. I'm making a joke. I'm basically telling people that just because you're overweight doesn't mean you're useless. Doesn't mean you're ugly. We got a guy in my friend's Discord server. He's deeply religious and from Armenia. He basically told me that because I'm fat, I should go to church and maybe God would make me less fat. What's God gonna do, guys? God's not gonna just turn up and go, oh, Joe, you can be fat. People joke about themselves like that. The goats I've made a joke about being short before. I'm not actually that short, but I just thought I was short when I was a kid because it happened to be that my school year was ridiculously tall. So people always used to call me short. People used to call me short all the time. So I got called short when I was in school. I got called my throat. When I was in school, I got called short because I'm 5'9". And some of you guys would go, that's not short. I'm like, but I was called, honestly, I was called short because I was 5'9". And some of you guys would go, oh, that's not short. I'm like, but yeah, apparently that was short in my, that was short in my school year, which was, I take it we must have been here. Oh no, this is a cave. I was short until the 10th grade. What age is the 10th grade? I'm not from, I think, what age is the 10th grade? We don't, where I'm from, we don't use that. In the UK, we used years. We use years, so I think it's completely different. What age is the 10th grade? I wouldn't, because I wouldn't know. Jesus Christ, that's a big growth spurt. Never had, honestly, guys, never had a growth spurt. Never. I shot up from 5'6" to 6'1" over 15, 16. Yeah, you were short. Yeah, you were probably similar height to I was when I was 16. When I was 16, I was like 5'6". Well, no, when I was 15, I was about 5'6", I think. I can't remember where my stuff is, guys. So, instead, I'm going to go in this house. Yeah, I was... 15, 16 is when you leave school in the UK, so I was about 5'6", 5'7" then. But I never had... If you get what I mean, I never had a growth spurt, guys. So, for example... So when I was younger, guys... No, we have 5. No, we have 5. Oh, depends. Yeah, we don't have middle school. We don't have middle school. We don't have middle school. Middle school doesn't exist in the UK. Well, most places in the UK don't have middle school. So what I mean is we go to what you would call elementary, we call primary. We go to primary from 4 to 11. And then we go to secondary from 5 till 6. We go from... What did I say? We go from primary to primary. Elementary is what we would call primary. 4 to 11. And then we do secondary school, which is what you would call high school, from 11 to 16. But some places in the UK do have like a middle school style thing, but not everywhere. Most schools do primary and secondary. So, but the reason is, I've got to pretend I understood those numbers. 11 to 4, what? 11 to 16, that's the age range. That's the age range. You start in the UK. You start high school at 11 and you finish at 16. You start primary school, what you would call elementary school. You started at 4 and then you finish at 11. Basically, the reason we finish earlier though is because we don't have really ridiculously long summers. You know, in America, you finish in May, you come back in like September. In the UK, you finish in the end of July. So, literally, children in the UK would be done... Yeah, children in the UK, they would have only started holidaying. Children in the UK, they would have only started their summer holidays literally about a week ago. 2 weeks ago. So they would have another 4 weeks off till like the 3rd of September, and then they would go back to school. But because we have a month and a half, because we have 6 weeks off, because we have 6 weeks off in the UK, we're learning more, so we finish school 2 years earlier. But also as well, college is not compulsory. At 16 in the UK, you can just leave. I say that. I haven't been to school in a long time. Because I finished school 6 years ago. Actually, guys, it will be... in 8 months' time, in about 9 months' time, it will be 7 years since I left school. Which is so weird. Yeah, I left school in 2019. I think that's given people the thing of how old I am. Because if you leave school at 16. Oh. But yeah, on that thing though, I used to think 5'9" is short. Do you guys agree? What does everyone in here think? Is 5'9" short? I used to think 5'9" was short. What do you guys think? Was I stupid or was I right? Let's have a look. Let's have a look what the general consensus is on these streams. On the stream, I mean. Um... 419 of you have watched this stream, so that's incredible, so thank you. And we've hit 6,800. No, we've hit 6,680. No, that's average height in America. 5'9" is the average height of America, and the average height... 5'9" is the average height in America and Britain. Yeah, the average height in Britain and America is 5'9". Yeah. In fact, it's actually... Yeah, the average height in America is 5'9". 175. In the UK, it's 5'9" as well. So, I'm average height. People always used to call me short, and someone on a stream said to me a couple of weeks ago that that's not short. And the only reason I would say it's short is because when I was in school, we had about 40 boys, and all 40 boys... I was the second shortest boy in my school year. So that means the other 38 boys were between 5'10" and 6'3". So basically everyone was above average, which is so funny. And I'm above average for the global height. And I thought I was short because everyone called me short. But I wasn't short, which is funny. Hello, Kuru. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Tyler Cash. But the average height of the world globally is 5'7". Oh, no, that's just in my school year. Literally, where I'm from, my school only had 200 students across 5 years. Across 5-year groups, we only had 2... No. State school. It just happens to be where I'm from is less populated. Well, what it happens to be, though, in the next town over, they had another secondary school that had over 1,000 students. It just happened to be that mine had 200. I'm going to mute my mic a minute because I think my mum's just come back with lunch. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm just AFK eating lunch. But it was cool talking with you. Oh, thank you. That's really kind of you. That was me adding some text on. That was me adding some text onto the stream saying that I'm AFK eating lunch and I'll be back in 10 minutes. In fact, I am going to end the stream, guys. It's literally 20 past 2 for me. But I'm going to end the stream anyway, guys, because I need to eat some food. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll end the stream. So bye-bye.